We are well underway this July and we have new changes to Xbox Gold. It almost makes it like a new mini Game Pass. Then we have new games this month. Check out my website. For a limited time, we have a 5% discount on Xbox Game Pass and Xbox games. I'm Sonny, your host. We're going to start this off with a new Day 1 Game Pass release in Tectonica. And this has you exploring an alien planet filled with a labyrinth of alien caves and dark dungeons. The game's very much inspired by the likes of titles like Factorio, where you're going to be constructing factories. There's a lot of automation as the main gameplay loop. The difference here, though, is that you're first person. It's an open world exploration. You can do things like terraform the land, gather resources, and of course research a new technology, and you can set up your grand base full of factories everywhere. The game's also playable in co-op. You can work with yourself and up to 3 other players for 4 players in total, or you can just explore the depths of this mysterious planet completely on your own. This one's now available to play on consoles, cloud, and PC. So the game The Cave launched all the way back in 2013, but despite its age, this title from creator Ron Gilbert still, I think, holds the test of time. You take on your team of 3 adventurers that you pick on your own, all with their own unique stories and history and unique skills, and you journey into the depths of mysterious locations. Now, the game's full of puzzles, and you're going to be using those 3 characters to switch between them to solve those and work together. There's also collectibles, and after you beat the game, there's even replayability because you can play completely new players, and there's even new secrets to unlock. Overall, there's about 4 hours of gameplay to finish this, and there's really a lot of humor and a lot of wacky fun to be had. This one's now available to play on cloud and consoles. Tome is a delightful photography adventure game developed by Something We Made that offers players a unique and relaxing experience as they embark on a journey of exploration and photography. Now, the main objective of this game is to capture photographs of the world's wonders, from quirky characters to friendly inhabitants. The game's puzzles are also going to play a key role in progressing through the world of Tome. You have to rely on your problem-solving skills to overcome these challenges, unlocking new areas and opportunities for some pretty stunning photographs. The best part about this is the whole world is completely hand-drawn, coupled with a soothing soundtrack, which really contributes to the overall relaxing atmosphere of the game. So if you're looking for some time away from chaos, I think this game might be for you. It's available now on cloud, consoles, and PC. Our next game is Maquette. This is a first-person recursive puzzle game that takes players on a mind-bending journey through a world that really defies conventional rules of space and scale. Players will immerse themselves in a surreal world where they have to navigate environments that are both at the same time tiny and gigantic. The game introduces a unique gameplay mechanic that allows players to manipulate the scales of objects, resulting in some pretty mind-bending puzzles and requiring really out-of-the-box thinking. And as you progress through the game, you'll uncover secrets, you'll explore deeper layers of the game's narrative. And speaking of the game's narrative, Maquette's story actually has a relationship between the 2 main characters that will gradually reveal itself as you explore the world. This one launches on July 19th on consoles and PC. The Wandering Village is a city-building simulation game set in a captivating post-apocalyptic world with, I have to say, a pretty unique gameplay arch. Here you're going to have to rebuild and nurture a thriving village atop a colossal back of a wandering creature that I only can best describe as like a giant dinosaur-looking thing. Now, as the leader yourself, it's up to you to guide the villagers on a journey to rebuild a society, and you're going to have to skillfully manage resources, crafting essential buildings, and ensuring the creature's health remains in balance. It's really a challenging journey where you constantly face numerous threats, things like natural disasters and hostile creatures and scarce resources. The Wandering Village is a gorgeous looking game that I think really brilliantly showcases the remnants of a once thriving civilization against the backdrop of a really desolate, pretty much world. It lands on July 20th on cloud, console, and PC. So Figments 2 Creed Valley is going to have you playing Dusty as he travels through the valley to restore peace. Now, this game's all about facing your worst nightmares and fears. Along the way, you're going to fight nightmarish creatures, you're going to solve intricate puzzles, and you're going to explore a beautiful world filled with unique landscapes and captivating visuals. The game's art style, I'd say, is pretty interesting. It blends 2D and 3D elements, creating a visually striking and immersive experience for players. And the game also features an awesome soundtrack that really complements the game itself and the atmosphere that further improves that immersive experience. This is a good one as it lands on July 20th on consoles, cloud, and PC. Sirius Sam's Siberian Mayhem is the latest installment in the series and one of my favorite gaming franchises of all time. This one is set in the frozen landscapes of Siberia, and you're going to take on the role of Sirius Sam again as he battles against hordes of enemies to prevent Mental's forces from conquering the world. Now, Siberian Mayhem comes packed with a host of new features, including fresh new enemies, weapons, and levels that will put players' skills skills to the ultimate test. The game's fast-paced action keeps players on their toes as they unleash devastating firepower and employ tactical maneuvers to overcome tons of waves of challenging enemies. This game also features an exclusive horde mode for the thrill seekers who love frenetic battles against increasingly powerful enemies. The mode challenges players to really push their limits, to really strive for high scores and survival. If you guys are a fan of the franchise like I am, I really think you're going to enjoy the game's traditional over-the-top humor that so many of us have come to love over the years. This lands on Xbox Series X and S, Cloud, and PC on July 25th. So the game Venba is set in the 1980s, and you're going to jump into the shoes of an immigrant mother living in Canada with her husband and son. Now this game tells a story about a family, culture, and bonding between parents and son. And in this game, you'll be cooking various South Indian dishes, you'll restore lost recipes, you'll be holding branching conversations, and you're going to explore a gorgeous city. As you progress through the game, you'll learn about the struggles of an immigrant family and their past experiences through these conversations with family and friends. As you delve deeper, you're actually going to cover family secrets. Venba successfully captures the essence of family connections, really creating an emotional and memorable narrative that's really a nice, relaxing game if you just want something completely different than what you're used to. This lands on July 31st on consoles and PC. Now, the game Celeste has you stepping into the shoes of Madeline. This is a young woman who embarks on a challenging ascent of Celeste Mountain, and it places a mirror on her own internal struggles. Now, this game is extremely hard. It's one of the hardest platformers ever made, and it's really going to test your skills. I would know this from experience. Each level is meticulously designed with intricate obstacles and puzzles, really requiring precision, timing, and perseverance to overcome, because you are going to die a lot. It's a rewarding experience that offers a satisfying sense of accomplishment as players navigate the treacherous environments. Besides the gameplay though, Celeste is loved for its beautiful art style that I've always been a big fan of myself. The vibrant pixel art and the stunning visual design to create a captivating experience really draws players like myself into the game's world. As you progress through the game, you need to confront your deepest fears, doubts, and insecurities, metaphorically representing Madeline's battle against anxiety and depression. This story tackles all these types of themes with sensitivity, and it's one of the surprising things you get from this title. It's a really great story that really touches you, and it's from a platformer type of game, not something you see often. Celeste lands on August 1st on consoles, cloud, and PC. With that, let's take an early look at August titles, and we have to spice this up with Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Here, the players have the choice to step into the shoes of either a member of the infamous Slaughter family or one of the hopeless victims. If you choose to play as the member of the Slaughter family, you're going to have to hunt down and prevent your guests from escaping using brutal tools and gruesome tactics reminiscent of the films. On the other hand, you can play as the victim, and if you do, you're going to have to gather your wits, evade the relentless pursuit of the Slaughter family, and do everything in your power to survive. This one's going to land on August 18th. Now, if you're a fan of old school classic JRPGs, I think you're going to love Sea of Stars. It's a turn-based RPG that has you on an epic adventure filled with rich storytelling, strategic battles, and a gorgeous pixel art style. In this game, you're going to assume the roles of Trine and Jen, two young heroes destined to save the world from an evil alchemist who seeks to unleash a powerful and destructive force. Now, the game comes packed with an intense yet thrilling turn-based combat encounters, which is kind of a throwback to the older days of the classic JRPG era. It's going to be combined with strategic decision-making and party coordination, and one of the things that I think you guys will love about this game is its branching story, which really presents players with choices and consequences that shape the narrative and change the course of the game. This one's going to be landing on August 29th. So starting September 14th, Xbox is introducing Xbox Game Pass Core. This is a new offering that brings together the best features of Xbox Live Gold and Game Pass to provide players with even more value and choice. Xbox Game Pass Core is kind of like the evolution of Xbox Live Gold. It's offering an advanced multiplayer network, a curated collection of over 24 games to play with friends worldwide, and exclusive member deals as well, all for a monthly or yearly subscription fee. So it's essentially the same as games with Gold before, but you're actually getting more games now, and you're getting access to online. And keep in mind, all the games you've ever claimed in the past with games with Gold, you're also still keeping, so don't worry about that. So far, the games themselves seem to be a lot of first-party games like Forza, Bethesda games, State of Decay. There's a lot of stuff here. Meanwhile, as part of this evolution, Xbox is bidding farewell with games games with gold, period. It's going to be gone. The other Game Pass tiers stay the same though, and ultimately Game Pass Ultimate is going to offer the best value since it has both online and access to every Game Pass game versus kind of just the console Game Pass version that doesn't come with online play. Remember guys, my website for a limited time this July has a 5% discount on Game Pass. Check the description below. And finally, we have the games leaving Game Pass at the end of July on July 31st. As always, you guys have a 20% discount if you want to buy any of these games, and we have the list of the best 25 open world games on the screen, so click that video if you want to check that out.